Hello YouTube, welcome, my name is Lee. This is for the players. I'm going to be bringing you another deck tech today for the Dragon Ball Z CCG Panini version. This time it's Krillin's Blue Balls deck, because that totally didn't happen in the show. I digress. Anyway, basically we're going to start with Krillin, and this time we are going to use the San Diego Comic-Con, the SDCC version. I know I said I wouldn't in previous ones, but this is an absolute must if you're going to make any Dragon Ball deck, I think, in any case in this Panini version. Basically, there's not much support for it. There's a lot of support for entering combat and beatdown, but I'm going to look and see if we can build a blue Krillin balls list. Let's look into it. Starting with Krillin, let's look at his abilities first. I'm not even going to go into levels 2, 3, or 4 because I don't think they're necessary. Krillin level 1 is exactly where we want to sit. We don't want to raise our anger, and this is why we're using the SDCC version. With his critical effect being able to deal with allies, lower anger, and steal balls, it's essentially he leads the team. Blue has also a lot of discard effects, as you'll see with the mastery, so it's essential that we don't go above this level and we can keep banishing stuff and capturing Dragon Balls with his critical. Blue is the only style I actually feel comfortable going for a ball victory at the moment because of the appropriate tools and support that Blue has for it. Apart from the fact that opponents need more anger to reach an MPPV, most powerful personality victory, which helps stunt their growth to get our Dragon Balls out, we can also stop attacks a lot easier, which makes getting out of combat a lot easier. Blue ball decks, all they want to do is avoid combat, so we're going to need some staples here. Time as Warrior's Tool, Visiting the Past by 2, 3 Heroic Energy Spheres, 3 Confrontation. This will get us out of some combat and get us out of some tricky situations as always. Devastating Blow I think is another auto include here for a 3 of. Very much so for its ability to banish stuff that they don't want because we have no other way of doing it otherwise. Also it can be discarded for the mastery if need be. Well, because this is a ball deck as well, we're going to be throwing in all 7 Dragon Balls because, well, otherwise it wouldn't be a ball deck. The most important blue card in this deck that really makes this all tick is Blue Trick. We need a 3 of this card purely because we're able to capture a Dragon Ball back. No other deck can do anything like this. We also need tutors for our balls, so we're going to be throwing in Dragon Radar. It's the only one we've got, and we can only throw in 1. We want to throw in lots of defending cards here as well, and while we're on the non-combat setup train, I also want to throw in Blue Blockade, 3 of that too. With all these non-combats and setups, we don't want to get stuck in combats where we draw what we don't want to draw. So, 3 Blue Lunge and 1 Blue Terror help these draw us out of our decks and help us get good hands. Rather than using Blinding Energy Move to escape combat, because of the risk it runs of destroying our balls, we will run 3 Krillin Solar Flare instead. Yes, it's a hit effect, but we get to run an extra one, and against suicide decks this is very, very, very necessary. 3 Blue Betrayal is a necessary staple for all blue decks, as I'm sure you're all aware as well. They let us use our crits from Krillin to capture the Dragon Balls instead of wasting them on allies, which we can use the Betrayal for. 3 Blue Defensive Effect as well will be thrown in for the Endurance because it is extremely useful if we manage to get hit at all. We round out all the offensives at 3 Blue Head Knock. This is extremely useful against MPPV decks, once again, anything Namekian or anything Ginyu. 3 Blue Shifting Maneuvers start our blocks out as an essential catch-all. This is going to be able to stop anything anyone throws at us. 3 Blue Rest will help prevent all damage from any serious attacks. 3 Blue Narrow Escape will help us stack the deck, and 3 Blue Crouch are almost always going to be put back in the deck, especially when we're facing, once again, Ginyu or Namekian. Our last 6 cards, we're going to be throwing in Blue Round Throw and Blue Arm Blast. Both of these are for their flexibility. We never want to use them as attacks, we always want to discard them for the mastery, or we always want to discard them so that we can activate Krillin, and 2, so we can stop anything and get out of combat sooner. That brings you to the end of my Krillin Blue Balls deck list. I'd also like to share with you a couple of really quick things, what you could do slightly differently. Other MPs I think are really, really good with this. So Piccolo for his level 2. I think Frieza would be a really good contender for his level 2 as well, should you ever get there. And finally, I think if we were going to do this with any other mastery, you would want to do it with a Namekian mastery and use their tutor effects for ball to be able to put them into play. If you guys have any worries, questions, issues, concerns, if you guys want to take something in or put something in or take something out or take anything out that I've put in, I'd love to hear your comments. I love talking to you guys. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for everything and making this a better channel. Remember, if you want to make it even better, like, subscribe, and share what I'm doing, and we can get this community rolling. My name is Phoenix Lee. This is For The Players. I'm signing off.